So A24 has actually dropped a trailer for Backrooms, and today we're going to take a look at it and talk about it, because I'm pretty excited about this movie. So I did a previous video on Backrooms that didn't get a lot of views. I was basically trying to explain what it is to movie fans and horror fans who were unfamiliar with the concept. If you still are, or if that video interests you, go check it out. At that time, they had dropped the teaser trailer, but that was it. Now I've got like a 2-minute trailer, so let's talk about this thing. So the movie stars Chiwetel Ejiofor. If the name sounds unfamiliar, I bet you know who this is. For me, I instantly recognized him from 2012. He was in The Martian. Honestly, I think he's a good choice for this. The first images we see in the trailer are for Captain Clark's Ottoman Emporium. So this is where this guy is going to work. This is his job. I don't know if he's the owner of the store, but essentially he finds a doorway into the back rooms here. And at first glance, it would appear that this movie is going to be completely different than what the shorts were on YouTube by Kane Pixels. Now, I mean, this is directed by Kane Parsons, that's Kane Pixels. Kane Pixels is just his YouTube channel name. Well, we see him standing in the middle of a room with all of this furniture sort of on its side and upside down, all piled in the middle. It's eerie, it's spooky. For people unfamiliar with this concept, I don't know what they're going to think of this trailer. So I don't necessarily think this is going to be like, the scariest movie of all time, but it definitely looks good. It looks fun. It looks interesting and fascinating to me. He basically finds these back rooms. He goes and explores them. He's talking to his therapist. He's like, I found this place. It's endless. At one point, he's presenting her with a map. So it's not like this guy gets trapped in the back rooms, at least not at first. For the first little bit of this movie, it seems like he's going to be sort of traveling back and forth. Kind of like the group of people that do in the shorts, which we'll get to. Now here's where I got excited for this trailer. They actually showed them taking camcorders in there and filming this stuff, which gives it the vibe of the shorts. That's what it feels like when you're watching this stuff. So what we can gather from this trailer is that basically he gets lost in here and his therapist is going to go in looking for him. God knows what's going to happen there. There's also another tell here. Now this doesn't necessarily mean that this is taking place then, but it means part of it is, at least in some weird interdimensional way. But it says June 29th, 1990 on the little date of the security camera, which actually makes the whole camcorder thing a lot better, more realistic. They're not in there using iPhones to film everything. We get a glimpse of these guys all in these like hazmat suits that if you've watched the online shorts, you should be a little bit familiar with. We get some panicked sequences. We see his therapist crossing over. That's kind of, I wouldn't say spoiled for us in the trailer, but revealed. You will notice the blue tape around the entrance and exit. That's sort of something that's been done in the shorts before, is putting tape around the portal or whatever it is. This little bit with the therapist like running down a really, really narrow hallway, and she's very sweaty and like looks like she's been trapped there for a while, maybe seen some shit. Looks like blood on her. I don't know exactly what to expect of the horror elements, if it's going to be a lot more thriller elements, I expect it's going to be a lot like the shorts, where not much happens for long periods of time, and then something just weird and just super fucking bizarre happens. The last thing we see is one of these little weird rooms that looks like it's a basement pool, which is just a creepy-ass vibe, man. I love it. And there's someone standing over there. And it's clearly being recorded with a camcorder. We can't tell what's going on. It's very quick, but I gotta say, like, the concept alone of this is just so fascinating. I think this could be one of my favorite horror films of the year. It's rare, I think, for horror movies that a concept alone can get me this excited, but the trailers for this, while revealing some stuff, are still pretty vague because the backrooms themselves are kind of vague. So my mind is just excited to fill in all the gaps and watch this movie. Let me know what you guys think about this, though, in the comments below. Like I said, I'm genuinely excited to see what happens out of this. Like, it's just cool to see YouTubers making movies. Like, this is the third one that's come out, or will come out within the last year. A big horror movie or movie directed by a YouTuber. And I don't think it's gonna, stop or slow down. Quick thank you to my channel members and Patreon subscribers. If you want more ectoviolence, including exclusive videos and behind-the-scenes content, become a member by clicking the links in the description below.